Hey Live Active community, it's Dr. Ahmed here. Today we're going to be talking about weight loss. So we're going to be talking about how complex this issue is and hopefully simplify it for you guys. So let's get started. All right, number one is to get into a calorie deficit. So we basically have to expend more calories than we take in. And so we have to start journaling. We have to start thinking about what kinds of foods are going into our bodies. And so even within that conversation, there's different topics to talk about. When we talk about whole foods, natural foods, avoiding processed foods, avoiding sugar, those kinds of things, plant-based diets, Mediterranean diets, these are diets that have shown to improve outcomes. And even in my practice, I've been able to wean people off of medications when we focus on a plant-based diet or a Mediterranean diet. So it can be done. Now I understand there's going to be genetics components to it. There's different diseases and pathologies that also affect the digestion of certain nutrients and things, and that's why having a good primary care physician, having a good physician on your side to guide you through it is very important. And how much exercise should you do to burn these calories? There's a recent meta-analysis that looked at several studies, and the World Health Organization currently recommends 150 minutes of moderate exercise. So moderate exercise meaning that if you're talking to somebody next to you, you're completing your sentences, you're not so breathless that you can't finish a sentence. So moderate intensity exercise, 150 minutes a week. Studies have shown whether you get 75 minutes one day, 75 minutes another day, had similar outcomes to people who did 30 minutes a day for 5 days a week. The recent analysis and recent studies showed 300 to 599 minutes a week, and that's what I've been recommending to my patients, is to hit that number on a weekly basis. And so that's how much you should burn. Moderate intensity exercise. Keep your heart rate in a target heart rate, 220 minus your age. Take 70% of that number. That's your target heart rate. You want to train at that level for that 300 to 599 minutes. So that's number one, calorie deficit. Number two is nutrition. We have to be eating mindfully. And so again, MyFitnessPal is a good app. Pen and paper works just fine. Excel spreadsheets is what I like. Just being mindful. And it's okay to slip a couple of days. It's okay to have those mistakes or falling off the wagon. Those, as long as you're making progress, that's the whole point, is to make progress. So any change today that you do or tomorrow, those are all progressive days. And so you have to think that way. You have to have a positive attitude when it comes to mindful eating. And then the other part is meal prep, shopping, reading labels. I mean, this is a whole conversation, but again, you don't have to get everything right the first time. You just have to start. And that's why having a physician, having a healthcare team to guide you rather than internet sites and websites and podcasts and all these things, it can get really confusing. Make it simple for yourself. And so mindful eating just starts with maybe breakfast or lunch or dinner. Again, 3 meals a day is not necessary. We've kind of fabricated the system of eating 3 meals a day. If you're hungry, eat. If you're not hungry, don't eat. Simple as that. Finally, getting active. And so, I touched a little bit about how to get a caloric deficit and meeting those 300 to 599 minutes of moderate activity per week. But when I talk about activity and becoming active, live active, is not just physical but also mental. And so we really have to have a positive outlook on life. We have to read books and listen to podcasts, things like that, to help your mindset. The High Five Habit is a really good book that I recommend. Helps you eliminate those negative feelings. Surround yourself with people who are more positive. There are a lot of people out there that love to criticize, that love to put you down, but don't let them get in your way. Have a strategy to block those comments out, or just don't hang out with them. There's plenty of people in the world, plenty of other friends that you could surround yourself with, or go for a run, or listen to audiobooks as you work out, go on a treadmill or elliptical. Get away from people who are negative. It's just not worth it. Life's too short. So Getting into a positive mindset, staying active mentally, but also physically is very important. And then finally, I'll close with this: is meditation is very important. Whether you believe in prayer, you have a practice of prayer, or some type of meditation that really helps the brain, helps the body. And I'm a true believer that there is a mind-body connection. So those are the three very important characteristics or important strategies to use when we talk about weight loss. All right, guys, that was our video on weight loss. Now, I didn't touch on all the different medications that are available. They are available, but again, you have to have a conversation with your physician about these medications. These medications are only tools. They're not there to for you to not be mindfully eating, not being active, and just using medications. That's not the point. And that's why I didn't talk about it in the top three strategies that I recommend in implementing to lose weight. I think the medications, the semaglutide and other medications out there, are tools to kind of help you through the process, but those are medications that should be weaned off or shouldn't be taken forever. And they're very costly, very expensive. I do support them. I think there's good evidence for them. I think it does improve cardiac outcomes in some of those medications. However, shouldn't be our first thing that we should do when it comes to losing weight. All right, have a wonderful day, and thank you for listening. Please like our video. Appreciate it. God bless.